NBC5 investigates money for nothing. This is our continuing series looking at some questionable spending of your tax dollars.
Tonight, what we pay for our public agencies to try to keep secrets from us. And we're talking about documents and other materials that are clearly public and which we have a basic right to see because they all belong to us. Here's Bennett Haeberle.
You account what do you give us? What caused your death?
Yes, the stab wound.
These are police documents concerning the unsolved murder of Valerie Percy, daughter of then Senator Chuck Percy from the 1960s. Your tax dollars paid for this investigation. The records belong to you. Yet government officials went to court and spent $125,000 in taxpayer money trying to keep them secret.
The video begins with the long
This video of the fatal shooting of Laquan McDonald by a Chicago police officer in 2014 caused public outcry, led to criminal charges, and spurred police reform. But only after a judge ordered the video released, after the city launched a year-long court fight to keep it under wraps. The losing battle to keep this public video secret cost taxpayers more than $200,000. Or take a series of emails between public officials at Navy Pier. They're government documents too, yet Navy Pier officials put up a court fight charging taxpayers more than $1.1 million in outside attorney fees and penalties before they finally agreed to release them. The Illinois Freedom of Information Act says most all documents and material produced by government agencies should be public because they're paid for by your tax dollars and handled by your public officials. There are some exemptions that government agencies use to keep certain materials confidential, but by and large,
the idea behind the Freedom of Information Act, the idea behind transparency laws, is that we get better government when we're able to monitor what they're doing.
Matt Topic is a Chicago attorney who specializes in the Freedom of Information Act, also known as FOIA. He represents NBC5 Investigates and many others, fighting against public agencies who refuse to turn over clearly public material.
Anytime the government withholds records and goes to court to try to defend that, they're using taxpayer dollars to try to keep records secret.
NBC5 Investigates looked at the last 12 years' worth of court fights for public documents throughout the Chicago area. We added up FOIA-related judgments, settlements, penalties, attorney's fees, and outside counsel fees paid by government agencies, which balk at turning over these documents.
When the city fights these cases and they lose, or even when they win, if they hire their own lawyers to fight, it costs the taxpayers money. It costs lawyer salaries, it costs legal fees when they lose.
We found Chicago taxpayers have shelled out more than $13 million over the past 12 years. To fund public officials' unsuccessful attempts to keep secret the kinds of public documents they should have turned over in the first place.
There are many public officials in public bodies who do this well, who regularly and routinely comply with the law in a timely manner, but unfortunately there's a lot and probably more that don't. And too often what happens is government officials are hiding behind FOIA exemptions to try to keep things secret that would be embarrassing. That doesn't harm the public to be released. It only harms the public officials who want to keep something secret.
Consider this lawsuit, which the Chicago Tribune was forced to file after former Mayor Rahm Emanuel's office repeatedly refused to turn over city emails and text messages. The city charged taxpayers more than $380,000 to fight a losing cause. The court ordered the material to be made public.
There's a lot of money that can be involved, and there are a lot of things the city could better spend money on than keeping records from you.
Bennett Haeberle, NBC5 Investigates.